Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review, episode number 96. This is reviewing the 97th episode of the anime, Boruto Naruto Illustrations, Shikadai's Decision. Yeah, this is the episode where Shikadai, because of convincing from a clan elder that he wants to go into politics. Because he's kind of pressured into it. Yeah, but this all stems from what happened at the beginning of the episode where you see Team 10 protecting a power plant from a group of people who wanted to sabotage this facility. Yep, so they end up saving the particular facility, but despite and apparently Shikadai was a little bit slow, so yeah, there was some damage done to the facility, but was not that bad. Just one wall was blown out, but that was basically it. Could have been a heck of a lot worse. And of course, this episode also features the return of Mogi. Yeah, first time in several episodes she's been seen. Oh yeah, and here's something not that unusual about this character. She does some fighting. That's really it. Yeah, this woman's supposed to know wood jutsu and she's never used it the entire series. I'm like, yeah, people who write this series wrote that this woman knows wood jutsu and she has never used it. Not once. Of course, they also bring up this episode that Shikadai apparently knows wind style jutsu. Okay, interesting. Apparently he doesn't use it. So, and of course, we have a clan elder shows up. Of course, we also see the return of Tamari. Even though she was supposed to come up to us back, this is probably the first time of the whole entire series she's actually appeared in more than just 2 or 3 scenes. She appears a good chunk of the episode. It's always great to see Tamari, my second favorite female character of this franchise, in the dub voiced by Tara Pratt, the wife of the actor who does the dub voice for Sasuke. Yep. Of course, I haven't met it yet, but I know somebody from Awesome Universe that actually met these two people, and they're a very nice couple. But this is the sub. So yeah, he makes a decision after first the elder tries to convince Shikahamaru to participate in the whole thing of this banquet that apparently the Land of Wind wants to participate, that is hosting in the village, and apparently Gaara is going to be here. Yeah, despite that Gaara is mentioned like once, and the fact we have officials coming from the Sand Village, Gaara does not make a physical appearance in this episode. It's kind of like, did the writers of this episode forget to include Gaara? I mean, you reference him, you couldn't be bothered to have him make a physical appearance? Be nice to see the guy, but give what you will when it comes to this particular series. So, after convincing from, the elder we see the second time in the episode, he appears like 3 times. First time you see him, he's talking to Shikahamaru. Second time he's speaking to Shikadai, who decides to go into politics. And apparently Shikamaru has no problem with this at all. Though he was kind of, strong arm into this. But a decision on his own. Of course, for his friends, he forgot the until Boruto. Yeah, Boruto, in case you're wondering, the title character of the series, appears for a brief cameo. Yes, the main character of the series appears for like 1 minute of screen time this entire episode. Actually, he does appear like 1 hour time in this episode, but that's really it. Yeah. That's the thing when you don't have episodes focused, or he's not the central character. He's just there on the side. Yep. Of course, you also see Team 40 there, minus their mentor. Yeah. As for Udon is, he's nowhere to be seen this whole episode. Nope. He's not even mentioned. Excuse me. So, after talking to everybody, he eventually decides to take D-Guy to the facility again to check and see if anything was really wrong. And then, it turns out, and they see the damage done to the place done by the particular gang of saboteurs, and they check on the system, and we actually, toward the end, when it gets places kind of falling apart, and trying to get the place to get started up again, so Shikadai whips out the wind jutsu that was referenced that he knew the particular thing, and it kind of is similar. It's like a wind turbine. It's almost like a wind style version of the Kamehameha wave. That's what it looks like to me when I saw it here in the anime. It looks like the Kamehameha wave, just a wind style. It looked like a big gust of wind, then just a big energy wave like it's big in Dragon Ball Z. Gets things started up. Shikadai uses Shadow Paralysis Jutsu to save Dekai from falling debris. And of course, after having a conversation with him about the whole thing of them involved with family affairs, and Dekai says he doesn't want to become the ninja president. He wants to become the president of his father's company, while also being a ninja. And because of convincing from him, and of course mentioning that apparently learning from Boruto, that got him the way he is now. Which that is a nice small nod to the pilot episode of the series, which that's actually really good because the thing with Dekai is, outside of his own team, the only other character he's actually interacted with the entire series is Boruto. And I do appreciate the writers actually having him interact with Shikadai, because the thing is, Dekai hasn't interacted that many amount of characters at all, besides being one of the few new characters whole series who's actually got a small amount of development in the series. I mean, this episode, you can kind of say he does get a good amount, at least a good small chunk of development, but the character gets the most development in this episode is Shikadai. And after, well, they get home and it's like, yep, he's not going to go into politics. And and he tells his mom, Tamari, why she's also there, because she wants to teach him to use wind style jutsu properly. And he says the reason why he didn't want to use it that much, because he didn't want to lose face in front of his dad. Which Tamari does kind of appreciate. Of course, we also get a little bit of backstory about when Shikamaru, when he first married Tamari. Apparently, some people in the Sand Village were not very happy about this because they thought they were stealing their princess. He was stealing their princess, despite the fact they have been in love with each other. I mean, there's been hints, like prior to officially getting married, there were hints about this since the time skip for the Naruto franchise. Like there was hints that these two were possibly on a date. But yeah, that's the thing when it comes to Shikamaru and Tamari. There were hints of these two had a thing for each other probably since they first met. But it's never fully developed at all. So, as for where this elder is getting his information from, yeah, but it's quite interesting though to find out about this because when I read the Gara Light novel, the elders for the Sand Village had no problem with the relationship between Tamari and Shikamaru. They had no problem with the fact they were married. And then this guy says, apparently saying they're stealing their princess. Where the heck did this come from? Yeah, it's particularly very bizarre. But that's a nice little factoid. That's a nice little backstory development for Shikamaru and Tamari. That's quite nice. And I like the fact that we got a chance to see a little bit, at least somewhat, of Shikamaru's house. Yes, because here's something I've noticed about this particular series. The only characters you get a chance to see their homes in this series is, of course, you see the Uzumaki house. You see the place where Sakura and Sarah live. And Shikadai's house. That's it. You don't see anybody else's house the whole series. Of course, you do get a chance to see the Hyuga compound, making 2 appearances in the series. But so far, we haven't seen where the rest of Susumi's team lives. At least we're like a lot of the other characters in the series. Oh, there is one other place that has been shown in this series where Choji, Chocho, and his wife Corny, basically that particular family where they live, see a couple rooms in their house. And that, oh yeah, we get a chance to see Ino's flower shop. But here's the thing about Ino's home. We have never seen the inside of it. All we see is the shop itself. Nothing else. But I do appreciate, though, that Shikadai's home, that basically Shikamaru's house, that we get a chance to see more than just 1 or 2 scenes. It's there for a good chunk of the episode, which I appreciate people who animated this episode for showing it off. So, overall, my 2 high praise of this episode is the chemistry between Shikadai and Dekai, which something I think should happen a while ago, but I love the interaction between these two. And of course, showing off Shikamaru's house, and of course, show off a little bit of the politics of the Nara clan, which I appreciate that. Yeah. But it looks like next week's episode is going to be a joint mission episode. I'm like, we finally get a chance to see one of these type of episodes, because we had these both in Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, where you had like Team 7 and team up with other teams for various missions. And finally, we get a chance to see it in this series. Well, something besides Team 7 and Team 10. Next week is Team 7, Team 15, which, that's great, the fact we got a chance to see that. Yeah, I'm so happy with that. Because they're more than just one other team Team 7 can team up with. Besides Team Mogi, they can team up with any other team. And this is one team I really have wanted to team up with for such a long time. And finally we get their episode featuring them. Yeah, this is probably by far the third. Looks like the start of an arc next week's episode, because it's called the Cursed Force, which I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, not much else to say. Good episode. Yep. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. I have one more review planned for today, and that's a review of the newest chapter release for the 7 Deadly Sins. Okay? But do you see you next review. Bye.